All the way from the great state of Texas.
Yeah.
It's the You Name It show. That was an attempt at a new way to start the show.
That's a little weird.
What, you didn't like that one?
No, I did.
We are in the great state of Texas, everybody.
This is full circle, Jerry. You realize the first time you guys ever called me, I was doing the Texas State Fair, and now you're here.
And now we're here in person.
And you're an employee now.
And I'm employed.
We're not in conference room B. You want to tell people where we're at?
We are by the pool at the Sheraton Suites Market. What is it called? Market Center.
Yep.
And we decided to do the show from here rather than sitting in a stuffy little hotel room trying to make it sound like a studio. And here it is, Texas.
It's hotter than balls out here.
It's brutal. It really is. 102 degrees today.
You were packing. I told you to pack your swimsuit and bring your ball powder. And once again, we're talking about my balls. What's up with that?
I wish we'd quit that.
We need to stop talking about my balls.
I'm not happy about that as a topic.
Although the stitches fell out.
I said I'm not happy about that as a topic. Your balls.
Just in time for them to sweat.
Yeah. I think we just lost 7 listeners.
Yeah, we're working
out of the 10.
So you want to explain to them your experience? Because this is your first time down here as far as the scope and the volume of...
Yeah, as many of you listeners might know, Davin and I both work on the auto show circuit for General Motors. And we go and set up all the audiovisual stuff for them, video walls and all the speakers and all the stuff that none of you know what it does. Little knobs, flashing lights, little twisty things and push buttons. Anyway, we do all of that in all different kinds of cities all over the place. But this one is a big deal because it's outside. So
it's also inside.
Yeah, inside and outside. But GMC has an outside position, and Chevy has an inside and outside position. But the thing that I want to get at is that they build what would be a permanent structure just to tear it down again afterwards.
It's, literally, the guys that we were working with have been here for 5 weeks. They pour concrete over the parking lot and put conduit runs and all kinds of other stuff in there. Then they build a hard structure on top of that, archways and big tents, but they're not really tents. They're hard structured buildings.
They're
with like a tent top.
Yeah, metal frames with tents over
it's
it.
Like a whole city.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then the thing that they really do it up on the what do they call them? Paving stones. Is that what they call them? So they'll bring in a whole bunch of sand and spread it all around the parking lot, and then they'll do paving stones, which a sliver of that would cost you. I don't know how much that would cost you. But I don't know. Maybe they rent them. What do you think?
They rent them. Yeah. They do.
But it's is like so
Jeep.
Many.
It's like Jeep the one year in New York when they did the Camp Jeep. They rented dirt from New Jersey and brought it into New York.
Oh, well, Jersey dirt.
But you rent it because it's contaminated now because it was indoors with trucks driving on it and exhaust and everything. So they're not responsible for having to burn it off. So that contaminated dirt ends up in somebody's garden somewhere.
Well, in Jersey.
Yeah.
It's always been the old joke, like Jersey's a poisoned state for some reason. But it's not. Have you ever gone there?
I used to live in New Jersey.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Well, that explains everything. But you go in there and there's this beautiful...
from Garden City to New Jersey. Yeah, you're going to rip on New Jersey.
They have a Garden City, New Jersey, too.
It's the Garden State.
Yeah, oops.
Oh, don't put that out in my beer.
Yeah, anyway, let's get past all that nonsense. And let's do some topics.
Okay.
Did we already get past... Everybody knows it's hot out here, right?
102 today.
Yeah, everybody knew that.
And that's... Well, in the shade it was what?
84.
84.
Yeah.
But with the blacktop and everything, they measured it at 145 the other day.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And the one day I was told when they were pouring concrete for the foundations,
yeah,
it was 106, and the concrete was drying as it was coming off the truck down the tube. So they had 5 guys with shovels just scooping the stuff in before it dried down the chute.
Yeah, and back to the paving stones. This is a good description. It takes 18 guys 3 days to put in all of those stones.
But the square footage is huge.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have a fun topic for you.
Okay.
Right up your alley because it involves nudity.
Okay.
Did you know... cicadas. Great.
Oh, you could hear them.
Well, everybody enjoy that.
You know what I cannot believe?
What?
This freaking hotel planted all these damn acorn trees around the pool.
Yeah, you might as well be walking on glass shards every time you walk around the pool in bare feet.
Fucking idiot does that shit.
Shout out to SPG. Starwood preferred guest
At least
system.
broom it off or something. Come on, guys.
Yeah, you want a nice place to stay? Wear some shoes. A long time ago, like let's say the 30s, maybe even up to the 40s.
Yeah.
If you went to an Ivy League college, like Harvard, Yale, one of these things, your first day there, this is what you'd have to do. Take off all of your clothes, and they take pictures of you naked.
Oh, okay.
They did.
It was use it against you later? Or
no,
what?
It was this one of these guys, this collegiate professor type guy, thought, well, you know, as long as we have all these students, we might as well study anatomy and the human form, and what better than all the college students, male and female.
I'm guessing he's no longer a professor.
He's probably dead by now, but
or in prison.
I'm guessing what he was really doing wasn't, hey, look, ambulances.
Oh yeah,
and police. We're in Texas.
We are.
I'm guessing that what he did had really nothing to do with science and had way more to do with a big, giant stack of jack material for himself.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, college people who I feel like we should wait for that siren.
Nah, don't worry about it. That's like...
That's like what?
That's like 2 years ago when I killed my guy. I don't know if I really killed him. I think he had a heart attack.
What, at the show?
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I just remember the ambulance showing up and taking my guy away, and I had to get a new guy.
Yeah. Guy had a heart attack working out in the heat on this show. Yeah.
Digging a trench to lay all our cables in.
Good thing I didn't dig a trench. I would have been gone. That's for sure.
You weren't even supposed to come down here for a while.
No, they sprung this on me. A little bit of office shuffle going on, and then there it was. 2 days later, I'm on a plane down to, let's say... Dante's 7th level of hell.
Nice. Hey, we just lost 5 listeners.
Yeah, there was this bunch of guys sitting on the other side of the pool. One of them was doing this the whole time. I couldn't stand that guy's laugh.
Oh, I know. I'm glad they left.
I'm going to say it right now. That guy was a dick.
Just wait till this weekend.
He was happy, though. He's a happy
This weekend is Dallas Gay Pride, which is actually...
I'm leaving, though.
It's actually... Show airs Friday. Why does Dallas Gay Pride coincide with National Talk Like a Pirate Day?
I don't know. Is this a joke?
Is there... No.
Okay, I thought you were setting me up.
Because tomorrow is National Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Yes, it is.
Maybe it's the patch. Maybe there's a reason for the eye patch.
I don't even know what you're going for on this one.
Just Gay Pride and eye patches.
All right, does the eye patch have anything to do with... Oh, I see. Look, you guys can't see this, but he's afraid to say that somebody would get something in their eye. So they were an eye patch. God, I feel like we're drunk. We're not.
It's only my second beer.
Yeah, but it's the heat exhaustion. Your brain stops working, and now everybody's got to put up with it.
It wears the hell out of you. You work a 12-hour day out in this heat, and it's... Last thing you want to do is think.
You don't have anything else to say about the naked co-eds, do you? I think that's just bizarre. Can you imagine walking into a room with like a backdrop behind you and have a couple of people too? You know, with a camera set up, like one of those
he's picking out his favorites.
One of those old-fashioned cameras with a gunpowder on top.
Yeah. You know it's gonna be, Laura. You know, I've noticed your grades have been slipping, and I was looking through your personnel file, and I've decided that I'm gonna tutor you.
That's not a very good... Do a 1930s college professor voice.
Oh, God, I don't know if I can. You can.
Laura, I've noticed that you're really excelling at mathematics. Now I'd like to see a vagina.
Whip out them titties. Okay,
so
you got a B.
You know that guy was a total perv guy. Creeper. He probably looked like
but was he after the guys
Freud or
the girls?
Both. He was taking pictures of both.
Yeah.
So you don't think the guys were like a cover?
He probably made playing cards out of them.
And this was all in the Library of Congress too, until they I think that they said that they destroyed the archives because it was ridiculous. You shouldn't have nude pictures of your relatives. You know, it could have been, if you have any relatives that went to Yale up until like 1945, there are probably naked pictures of them out there.
Oh. That's creepy. It's just, there's a lot of people I'd like to see naked, and there's a lot of people I wouldn't.
Yeah, like, you know, just imagine guys like Newt Gingrich or something like that going to Yale, wherever he went, or if they were still doing it. You see, yeah.
Plus, I'm pretty sure like the Harvard and Yale type women are not the most attractive.
Well, now you're treading into some strange waters now.
Yeah.
You just called smart women unattractive.
Well, yeah, I did.
You can't backpedal your way out of it now.
I'm okay with that, though.
I don't think that's the case.
No, probably not.
I think you probably find them very attractive.
I'm sure there's a handful, but they're getting A's in that guy's class.
Yeah, all of them. I don't think he had a class. I think that was his whole job. I'm going to study the human form. All right, take your clothes off. Let me see your junk. Well, he wouldn't say junk back then. He'd probably say genitals.
Yeah, genitals.
All right. It's hot. Speaking of hot, have you heard about the cryo chamber?
No, I haven't.
I just picked this up a couple of weeks ago. Apparently, Joe Rogan does it. If everybody knows who Joe Rogan is, he's a UFC commentator. He also is.
He was on that bug thing too.
Oh, he's in Fear Factor, and way back he was in News Radio. He played the maintenance guy.
He's a butt ass.
I don't know. I like that guy, and he's big into training and working out and stuff. You'll notice that he looks like he's on steroids when you see him on TV now.
Did he actually wrestle?
No, he studies jiu-jitsu.
He's a fucking turd.
I like him. You can think he's a turd.
I think he's a turd.
But what he did, he noticed that sports medicine was changing a bit, and instead of going into an ice bath like they used to do, and they now have these chambers that you walk into that are 240 degrees below zero, and you have to stand in there for at least 3 minutes to get it to work. Sounds uncomfortable.
What the fuck does it do for you?
Same thing as the ice bath stuff. You know, it's for your muscles.
Yeah.
What happens is all of the blood, just like you ever watched Deadliest Catch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you know what they say when they fall overboard and they don't have the suit on?
Right.
All of the blood goes from your extremities to your vital organs to protect them. And, you know, it all goes to your heart and all your liver and all that kind of stuff. So it's rushing away from all your muscles. And then when they come out of it, it all goes back in. So it has this beneficial effect because it's like you're filtering all your blood back and forth.
Doesn't Jack Daniels do the same thing?
It does, yeah. Every Saturday night. Maybe for you, drinker.
I'm not a big Jack fan, though.
You're not?
No.
I am. I like Jack Daniels. And I just found out this, too, that whiskey has the lowest sugar.
Okay.
So if you're a diabetes, like I am.
Even more than, like, Bacardi, the clear...
the article just said whiskey had the lowest. I always thought it was vodka because it was clear for some reason.
Yeah,
like,
I always thought it was like Bacardi.
Because I'm stupid and clear equals nothing to me. Yeah. I don't know. But they said whiskey. So now I suggest that since you want to get rid of your gut, your fat gut, that I suggest...
Look who's talking. Jesus Christ.
That I suggest you start drinking more whiskey instead of beer.
Okay, mini-me.
You're shorter than I am. You're the mini-me.
Yeah, and you're older by a month.
Right.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Jerry.
Okay.
And your glasses.
Be enough of that. Can't attack the co-host of the show.
It's all right.
Come off like some kind of an asshole.
Although, you know what? Last night when I took your suggestion.
Which one?
When we stopped at 7-Eleven on the way back. Jerry had to get a sugar-free Slurpee.
Yeah, of course they make those now.
I had to buy cigarettes and beer. So he talked me into getting the sugar-free
cherry limeade.
It was damn good, especially when I added Tito's to it.
Yeah,
that's how I'm going to drink Tito's from now on.
Little warning for the folks, though. It's really not. They call it light because there's still calories and some sort of carbs in it, but it's sugar-free. So they trick you. Well, we don't use actual sugar, but it's loaded with carbs.
Like I care.
It's better than a regular Slurpee then.
Yeah.
That's a great idea though, because that thing's delicious and it would mix well with vodka. I think
It was very tasty.
if you're a full-on red line pedal to the floor alcoholic, yeah.
Alcoholics go to meetings. I just do podcasts.
There you go. Holy crap!
What? You getting a phone call?
Yeah. Hey, let's take a break.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Swoosh.
Yeah, it just made that noise, didn't it?
Yep, you made the swooshy sound.
I'm sorry, everybody. That was a phone call from our good friend Mike Novak, who will be on the show too.
He's one of the project managers, right?
He is. I guess that's his title.
He's up there.
I don't know. I've known him for a million years, and we actually tried to do a show one time with him as the guest host, but the power went out 3 times while we were doing it, so he couldn't get the groove going.
Yeah, he's got a studio in his basement and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
I referred him to Blue Water.
Oh, it's your fault.
It's my fault. Yeah.
And now he gets to boss you around.
Not really. Mike's cool.
Quit trying to act like he's not your boss. He's my boss too.
Mike's cool.
He is. Yes, he's a good guy. You guys will like him when he comes on the show.
He knows his shit.
He's funny. He makes funny voices.
Well, the nice thing about that is he knows it from our side as well as the departmental politic bullshit side,
Yeah.
which we have to deal with all the time. And it's almost like they're sitting around, and when you call them for something, this is the people in the office.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I should be bitching about this, but I'm gonna.
They're going to listen to this.
That's fine. It's almost like when I call them and they give you the old, well, I sent it to you in an email. You know how many fucking emails
Yeah,
I
right.
have on this job?
You better pump the brakes on your office bitching.
I got 750 fucking emails on this job and a fucking chain of conversations, and somewhere in there is the answer I want, or I can just call you and say, hey, question, can you answer it? And they're put out. They're just like, oh, well, you know what? I told Jerry. Well, Jerry's over in fucking Chevy, and I'm in GMC, motherfuckers.
Right, settle down.
Oh, they get me worked up all the time.
Your thoughts intrigue me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Indeed. But it's I almost want the office people to come out in the field just to see what it's like.
Well, it wouldn't work, really, if you think
No.
about that. They would come out, walk around, look at stuff,
Take the client out to dinner.
and then leave.
Yeah.
And it would be like, oh, I saw a bunch of things happening.
Yeah.
And then it would go away. You kind of have to do the work to understand the frustration and the stress
Yeah.
involved.
Oh, and the crews and stuff like that.
Oh, and running labor crews.
Oh, our
and-
crew here is stellar.
Let's talk about the crew.
Actually, some of our guys are really, really good. And Ron,
I want to send a shout out to Al the Pal.
yeah, Al was good.
Alex.
Yeah, they just had their union meeting yesterday, and we ended up getting Al in replacement of Ron today.
All right, let's set it up. So we start off this gig. We've got 4 laborers. We've got Ron. We've got Daniel, who is a young guy, wants to learn, hard worker. See how I skipped Ron?
Yep, quiet.
And we got, another couple of guys that are just fine.
Charlie.
Right in the Charlie, and I forgot Wendell. Charlie
yep.
and Wendell, and they work, and everybody's fine. Let's go back to Ron.
Okay.
Ron's like 107 years old.
He's actually 71.
No, he's 70, because last year,
See?
2014, you said he celebrated his 69th birthday.
Okay, so he's
So
70.
he's 70 years old. He's kind of spry.
Yeah. He used to be a high school quarterback.
Yeah, because there was a video of him passing a football somehow through the touch. Like he kicked a field goal.
Yeah.
I don't know. He got all confused. But this guy,
Character.
this guy, he will not shut up, and he will not say anything you want to hear. That's the problem.
Oh, the first time he met you, all he talked about is all of the things that are hidden in a dollar bill.
Yeah, there's an owl here, and it's for Bohemian Grove. Where the Bushes and the Clintons both go to Bohemian Grove and molest small children.
Hey, Davin, I'm going to have to leave early on Tuesday because there's a rally,
Yeah,
and I'm going to bring a sign.
it's a Trump rally.
It's a Trump rally. I'm going to bring a sign that says, it's going to say, stop taxing my Social Security. I'm gonna get Trump to make it happen.
Yeah, Trump's going to do that for you.
You know, they almost didn't let him in. He wasn't allowed to bring in the sign.
You see this pyramid on the dollar bill?
You know what that means?
It's an all-seeing eye like the Masons have.
And
you know who the Masons are, don't you?
If you look over to the right, you see that? That's those rich people over there. That's their symbol.
You know what they need to do?
Around the dollar.
The Rothschilds need to stop controlling all the banks. This guy is out of his gourd.
And we've talked about it on the show before, where you get the typical cruise, and you get they'll get wanderer, and the hot minute guy.
Yeah, so you got in any given crew, what you have is you have a guy who works hard. Then you have a guy who continuously disappears.
Yeah. Then you got the guy who wants your job.
And that's another kind of guy. Yeah, because he's always asking, how do you get into your work?
Yeah.
How can I get to do what you do?
For this? Yeah, Alex asked me that today.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately I did.
So this
is where I ended up 20 years later.
They hate their jobs. They want yours now. They don't even know how much. It's not much different. You're still toiling in the same hot sun. You're just doing something different.
See, the thing is, I'll take the time, and if someone wants to learn and listen, and that's the whole thing. I want to tell Ron, listen, motherfucker, you got 2 ears and you got 1 mouth. Shut your fucking trap.
Yeah, he won't quit. So we decided that we were going to start making up some. A long time ago, should I do the Jack part to set this up?
Yeah.
I think so. A long time ago, there was a guy that we worked with whose name was Jack, and this is years ago, like in the 90s.
Yeah.
And this guy was on the show floor, and he just would not stop yapping nonsense the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say who he is.
He's dead.
People who know us
He's
will
dead,
know
though.
who he is. But
he's dead. You could say Chofu.
You just said it.
Chofu. Sorry, I sneezed.
So anyway, everybody was getting sick of it, and I was down on the show floor near him, and I said, "Hey, everybody, I just thought of a really great nursery rhyme. It goes like this: Jack be nimble, Jack be quiet." And so that started off the Ron thing. Now we have some new rhymes.
Doc. Shut up, Ron.
Right. Exactly. Little Miss Muffet sat on a shut your fucking hole, Ron.
Oh, God.
This guy is
Hey,
great.
Ron, let's play a game. Let's play hide and you go fuck yourself.
God. I don't think you guys would all. I mean, you have to experience this because when Ron
He's
walks
a good worker,
near,
though. That's the scary part.
Yeah, he the other day we had to run a cable up over the top of this giant garage doorway thing,
28 feet up.
Yeah, and he had the cable in his hand. I turned around to talk to Davin for a second. I turned back around, and he scrambled right up there like a tree squirrel.
Yep. Our booth guys were looking up, and they're going, he's like going on 71, and he's up riding the steel.
Yeah.
Hanging speakers,
He
whatever.
probably wants to die because the Rothschilds are controlling the banks.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think when you reach a certain age, it's like me. When I first started out, I used to be scared of climbing like a 6 foot, 8 foot ladder and getting up on top.
Yeah.
At some point, you just realize that maybe falling wouldn't be so bad.
I could go have a nice nap at the hospital. This would be great. It'd be cool. There'd be nurses giving me things.
Yeah, I mean, I've had
Jello.
electricians. And you always remember the name of the electrician that electrocutes you the first time.
I haven't had that yet. So.
I'm going to do a shout out for Manny, the electrician in Chicago. Thank you, Manny.
Hey, Manny. Good job shocking him.
Yep.
Sparky.
Thanks for putting the power end on both sides and plugging it in. So when I went to go move the cord, it fucking shocked me at 28 feet up in the lift.
That's right. Blew the hair right out of his dented skull.
I saw black for a while and white and little stars. And
was it like cartoons where there were little stars?
Was.
You had little birds flying around your head?
You don't expect, you see the end of a power cord and you don't expect it to be plugged in at the other end.
Yeah.
And then you touch
bare
it,
ends?
arcs. No, it was the male end that normally plugs into something.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well,
yeah.
He went to the other side and they put the beam in wrong because it's zip tied in. So he had the female end on that end and he needed the male end, so he changed it and plugged it in and then took break.
Oh, he had two male ends on it.
Yeah, so when I went around to the other end on the boom lift, it's in the way of my speaker hang.
Yeah.
And I reached over to move the power cord, and sure enough, it's powered up.
So you touched the bare ends and just went flying.
I touched the bare end to the steel of the booth, and it made a giant arc, sparked, and I flew back, and luckily
and the stars.
Yeah, it was great.
The curtains came down. The birds were singing.
Birds were singing little. Yep.
Little twitterpating.
I saw Snow White.
Yeah, right. Somebody just wrote on Facebook the other day about Snow White. Said, any one of the 7 dwarfs could have been named asshole. And I don't even get it.
I think she was fucking them all.
Here we go again. Davin's mind.
Well, think about it. They're all little people.
So? Is that some sort of a draw?
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be?
For you.
Come on. Little sausage fingers make me look all big.
We just took a real rough turn.
It's quite all right.
Yeah, well, we were talking about the cryo chamber. Guess what? That's over.
Yeah.
240 degrees below zero. You
Joe
go in
Rogan's
there, you
a
come
dick.
out. Yeah, Joe Rogan, all that kind of stuff. Something new happened this week.
What happened?
By the time the show airs, I'm not sure if it'll be resolved. I'm sure it'll just be online bitching about it. But some 14-year-old kid, he did his own little project. He's in engineering in high school. He's got his engineering class. Mm-hmm. So he does a little project where he takes a circuit board and he hooks it up to a digital display and he makes a clock, right? And he takes it to school to show his engineering teacher. Well, he was arrested and suspended.
They thought it was a bomb.
And his name's Muhammad.
Oh, boy.
So he just got totally railroaded on that whole deal. He's like, any other kid bringing that into school would be like, that's a great job you did there, Johnny. That's the best electric clock I've ever seen. And him, call the cops, there's a bomb. Holy shit, Ahmed brought a bomb to school.
So wrong.
And then, I see online today, too, they started comparing it to other stuff. So then they showed these 2 non-Muhammad named kids standing at this art fair holding guns, and they're with the open carry people. But these kids were like 10 years old, and his little sister, who was like 7 or something, holding these real guns. And none of them, and they had been chased out of there before. This open carry people are like, why are you at this art fair? Please leave. And they weren't arrested, but you got Muhammad with his clock getting arrested, and you got Billy Joe down here, and it is in Texas. You got Billy Joe down here holding a fully automatic weapon or whatever it is, semi-automatic weapon.
I bet though at the art fair they had restrooms that had toilet paper and soap to wash your hands.
Well, I would assume so.
We don't have that here at the Texas State Fair.
That's true. We have to like bring in our own surprise toilet paper,
Yep.
Steal it from the restaurant at lunch.
Napkins from McDonald's, and it's just wrong. It's like they don't open the place up. Well, then again, last year somebody actually pooped.
Yep.
These people aren't normal. They point with corny dogs, but they actually pooped in between Cadillac and GMC on the floor.
On the carpet, right?
Yeah, the restrooms were locked. The problem is the city controls the space. So once show hits, they crank the air inside, and it gets down to like 52 degrees. You're freezing. You need a jacket if you're inside.
Oh, in that big building. Yeah, okay.
Because the city controls it. And they're somewhere off in Cityville.
Wait a minute. Let me go to this. The city controls the air conditioning inside of this building.
Okay, Ron.
With the Rothschilds supplying all the paper.
Ron, it's a conspiracy.
I'm going to tell my union boss about it.
This is unethical. I'm going to tell Trump to turn the air up.
It's too cold in this building. An old man like me.
They need to turn the air on during setup. I'm going to talk to them.
I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to call my friends in the Illuminati and have them make a phone call.
I don't get any respect. I'm a senior guy here. Yeah, you're the oldest stagehand in the fucking book.
That's what he means. He doesn't mean that he's a senior late, like he's earned his way up.
He's just
with
old.
Seniority. He's just old.
Just old. And he's earned the right to drive a cart.
I'm old Ron.
I get to drive the cart.
Guess what?
You want me to move the lift? I'm going to go move the lift. No, Ron, stop.
That's more like this. You want me to move the lift? Yeah, sure. Just put it over there, a couple of feet over there. I'll be back in an hour and a half.
And he's worried about it all day long.
Because he does do the disappear. I caught him a couple times when you sent him to get something.
Yeah.
And 10 minutes later, I walked back by and he's talking to one of the other guys out by the garbage cans.
Oh, he doesn't stop talking.
Yeah, so you sent him to get tie line from me or something, and it took him at least 15 minutes to walk.
You haven't caught some of the one-liners that I've had towards him either.
No, what'd you do?
Well, like, we're going out to GMC. We broke him early for lunch to give him a little break.
Yeah.
So he's already had an extra 15 minutes for lunch. He comes back, and then he's talking for 10 minutes while I'm talking to the guys, telling them what I need. Okay, get this cable, get that cable.
Yeah.
We're going to go over here. Here's what we're going to do. Here's the map. Here's the drawing. And we need to run this speaker here and this speaker over there. And then Ron comes up and goes, okay, so what are we doing? If you would have been here after lunch, dude, you would have known. Just follow me.
I was too busy investing all my money in gold bullion.
Yeah.
He's so
I go up to mount the speakers, and he's got 3 speaker mounts on one roof and 5 on the other. We need 4 on each. I told you this, Ron, but you weren't listening, evidently.
Ron.
I don't know why that happened. Well, I can tell you why
it happened. You put him there.
Ron.
God,
and he's arguing with the booth guy. It's like, no, dude, I got to work with this guy all year long. You don't need to piss him off. Well, I'm just going to get up on the lift and just jump onto the roof. No, you're going to use a ladder, and you're going to be safe, Ron. You're 71 fucking years old.
70,
whatever. Fucking old.
Turning 70.
Yeah.
Shortly.
Pissing off the booth guy. That's like,
right.
No.
If you look very closely in between the print on the Declaration of Independence, it told me to put 3 on one and 5 on the other and 7 down on the floor.
Well, then he looked at me and he's like, I don't get any respect. I'm a senior guy here. I'm like,
I know you don't.
You're a dick.
Do you think possibly you don't get any respect because you're fucking Ron and it has nothing to do with your job skills?
The sad part is I like Ron and I get him every year, but I like him up to a point. Like,
I like his hat.
3 days. Ron is like Vegas.
Yeah.
He's good for about 3 days, and then you're sick of him after the
right. Then it's just a giant headache and pounding noises.
And just so today Ron didn't show up because he's got a handicapped wife and his air conditioning went out or something, or she fell down some steps. Or
I don't think it was the steps. I'm sure it was the air conditioning.
He had
related.
to feed her from some Jell-O pudding or something like that. Anyway, so he was going to come in late. So the steward came over to me and goes, okay, we got Alex for you. Ron's back. Would you like, I can swap these guys out now. I said, no, Alex is doing great. Let's go ahead and put Ron someplace else and we'll be good.
I think you skipped right through that. I think you went from Ron missing, Alex showed up, to Ron back again, but nobody knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Later on in the day, he came back and offered you Ron.
Yeah, and I said, you know what, a day without Ron, that's like heaven.
It's like a day without Alex Jones's conspiracy theory radio show.
It was actually kind of pleasant today.
Yeah, which most of us live every day without.
Which, when it's 102
theory.
degrees and you're outside working, a pleasant day is pretty nice.
That was an understatement. Hey, I wonder if we won the lottery. I have a theory, and I dragged Davin into it, that whenever you're out of town, buy the lottery tickets, because the chances are probably greater that you would win. So, like, if I win the Texas State Lottery, and I'm from Michigan, they'll be mad at me. So that's just another, I think, way that the odds will be in my favor, because I think if you watch lottery people, it's always people you don't want to win.
Some jackass from West Virginia wins.
Or they're 70. There's Ron. He'll be 70 years old, and he'll win, and you know he can only spend money for 4 more years before he kicks it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so...
I hope Ron doesn't listen to the show.
I don't think he will. He's probably one of those guys that would be like, I don't listen to anything on the internet because they'll see me. You know, that
one of those
shit.
guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know your phone is looking at you, don't you?
It's telling me 3 clicks left, 3 clicks forward.
Yes.
You'll catch a fish.
I take some tape and I put it over all of my cameras and on my devices. I don't want them looking at me.
You never know. Oh, yeah, we work with a lot of characters. There's some really, really weird people out there.
Yeah, there are.
You start to wonder how they got their jobs and everything else.
There's some nice people, too, like Jim Broderick in Chicago. Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Jim rocks.
Yeah. He was supposed to be on this week, but he had to leave.
That, and we were so worn out, we couldn't do a show with Jim.
We were going to do it a couple of days ago, drag him in, because we like to hear his Chicago accent swearing at us. You guys are fucked.
Did you see, and we'll have to call him later on this, but did you see that saw that they have?
You want to do the saw talk? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a table saw that
it's
that you're
called
talking
Saw Stop. Look it up on YouTube. There's like a 5-minute video on
Saw Stop. Okay.
It's this table saw, and usually we have inventions and new stuff digital media.
In our line of work.
Electronics, our line of work.
Yeah.
But this is for carpenters, and it senses your finger.
Yeah.
Versus the wood.
Your what?
Your finger.
Your finger?
Finger. Finger. There's my New Jersey coming out. Fuck you.
Yeah. So if you're sliding your wood, if you're sliding your wood down the table saw, it can tell when your skin comes close.
And what it does is it's got a .22 caliber shell built into it.
Yes.
And the second it senses it, it blows the shell through the blade.
Yeah.
And stops the blade, which is turning at 5,000 RPMs.
Right.
In one
fail swoop.
100,000th of a second.
Yeah, it really. What I saw when I looked at the video,
and
it
the
was,
blade drops into the table.
What it's doing is it's hitting it, and it's got like not a clutch. Is it a clutch? Something like that.
It destroys the shit out of the blade, and the clutch, and all that.
And it throws this stopper up and then drops at the same time.
But you're not losing your finger over the thing.
Right. And on their first demonstration, they use a hot dog to show you, and then you can see that it hasn't been touched. And they soak it in like brine or something because there needs to have some salt content, I guess.
Right. And there's a switch on it that you have to switch if you're cutting other than wood, like Centro or aluminum.
So it knows what to look for in terms of conductivity or whatever it is. And then the guy does it with his own finger. I said finger with a G. You hear that?
Yeah, I didn't say that, did I?
Well, you said finger.
Fuck you. Hey, Jerry.
What? He's flipping me off.
Yeah,
that's good. That's a
finger.
What you always want to do when you're on an audio show like this is just do a lot of visuals.
Yeah.
Bring them all in with visuals.
Yeah, like your wrestling face last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I make voices, you have to make faces that go along with them.
Okay.
It adds to it. Say you make the voice, you could add another 10% of really good on top of that if you have a face.
I'm just looking at you and I'm thinking about Turd Ferguson.
Turd Ferguson. Yeah, wearing a funny hat. I love that whole, because we played these videos at lunch a couple of days ago to burn some time of Saturday Night Live. No, it was out here by the pool. And rewatching the Jeopardy stuff.
Oh, some of that stuff is great.
And what's his name? What is that guy's name again?
Burt Reynolds?
No, the guy who portrays him.
Oh, God, I don't know.
Here we go.
Yeah, what's it?
Norm
Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald. I almost said Norm Crosby. That guy's been dead for like 20 years. Norm Macdonald does this. Yeah, everybody's seen it. I don't even know why I'm telling everybody, because everybody's seen it with the big foam hat on his head.
Hey, look, there's a breeze, and it's 94. It's like in a steam oven.
It is. We're out here sweating outside with a breeze. Back to that. It always goes back to how hot it is, doesn't it?
It is. It's hotter than fuck.
You know who made the heat, don't you?
Oh, wait. I got one for you. Do you remember when we parked the other day? And
Benjamin Franklin. He was a mason.
So I'm parking the other day, and I parked next to this red pickup truck.
Yes.
And the logo on the back of the pickup truck is TNT hog removal.
Yeah.
Something you'll only see in Texas. And it's like they They hand spray painted it on the back bed of the pickup truck.
Right.
I just kept thinking, you know what? My high school counselor never mentioned the fact that blowing up pigs could be a career.
Do you think that's what that meant?
I'm sure.
Let's just say that it is that, because my logical brain tells me that it's probably just some company name.
It'd be fucking
That
awesome
they like
to blow up pigs.
stumps out of the ground or some shit like that. Or,
You get a hog, we'll blow them up.
but really, it's a bad name for your company if you're blowing stumps out. Because I know they do that. You know they
blow stumps
they
up.
dynamite stumps out of the ground down here in the South. But like I have to add that.
TNT.
But I don't know what
removal.
hog removal. What is that? Are we missing something? Is there something that they call like there's a slang term that they
Could
call?
you imagine how
hogs?
the commercials would be? TNT hog removal. Just come on down. Call me at 1-704-5559. I got dynamite. I get rid of your hog, no problem. Ron shows up with a fucking lit stick of dynamite, just blowing up your yard.
Yeah, he doesn't have that. Does he have a heavy accent? Because I'm not doing it at all with an accent. So
He has a little bit of an accent.
I don't know.
He's got that little Texas drawl.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I could integrate that drawl into the old voice.
People are slow down south for a reason, because it's fucking hot.
Know what?
You know what? I got some TNT in my trunk.
First time I blew a hog out of the ground, I used TNT hog removal.
Just a commercial for that would be great. It'd be almost like the Monty Python stuff when they're doing the hide and go seek.
What? Not sure if I know that one.
You don't know that one?
No.
They're like, Mr. James Quirby has given us a ponderer. He's hiding behind a bush. And they show 3 bushes, and then they blow up 2 of the bushes, and then the 3rd bush they blow up, and you hear the scream.
Okay.
It was the 3rd bush.
That's how they were doing a TV show about
it was
like a competition.
It was like the Olympics of hide and go seek.
Okay, I remember the 50-yard dash for people with no sense of direction.
Oh, yeah.
Where they do the starting gun and everybody runs a different direction.
And the strange walking, and there's all those other...
These are all visuals again. We're doing this wrong.
I know. It's all right. I just want to blow up some fucking hogs.
Come on down to TNT Hog Removal and meet Ron, our new general manager. Don't worry, he ain't a mason. Everything is a masons with him.
Yep. You know it's going to be scary when he brings in some hog meat for us later this week.
I want hog. What are you talking about? I want hog meat. Everybody loves hog meat.
Like some...
Oh, you mean blown up hog meat?
blown up hog meat. Well, we blew the fucker up. What are we going to do? Let's freeze dry him. No, let's dry him out.
You want a pulled pork sandwich? I got one better for you.
Beef jerky hog meat.
I got a blown up sandwich for you.
Actually, beef jerky, we were talking one time at the shop about if all the technicians and people crashed in a plane like that soccer team in the Andes.
In the Alive movie.
Yeah. Who we would eat first.
Okay. Who'd you pick? Does anybody know? Does the audience know who you're going to pick?
Well, Brad picked me because of my calves.
They don't know who Brad is.
Yeah, he'd cut my calves off and eat those like it was a Renaissance fair turkey leg.
Let me see that.
I got some big-ass calves.
Yeah, they are kind of Popeye-ish.
I would eat Mike Zane because he would taste like smoked beef jerky.
That guy doesn't have any meat on his bones, yeah.
No, but he's smoked his whole life. He's approaching, 60?
He probably drinks beer every night, too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he'd probably be well marinated.
Yeah. And kind of wrinkly and old, kind of like John Wayne.
He usually saved the fat guy for last.
John Wayne's dead, is he?
Yeah, John Wayne's been dead since like 1974 or something.
Marinated.
Yeah, but you saved the fat guy. That's why I'm always safe.
Well, that's what we determined. We'd save Sheldon for last.
Oh, Dave.
Poor Dave.
Hey, it's windy out again.
It is. But it's not a cool breeze.
No. It's
Not
a
at
hot blast.
Not at all.
It's like we were surrounded by hair dryers.
And we're talking about the weather way too much on this show.
Well, I think that they need to know how hot it is. So I guess we'll tell them 433 times.
Hey,
I said that. I noticed that, too.
Hey, have you noticed every morning traffic in Dallas?
Oh, holy shit.
We're if you look on a map, we're not that far from the fairgrounds.
And we're on the outskirts of the downtown area.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where it looks like it's maybe a 15-minute drive, 10-minute drive.
on your map.
Not in Dallas fucking traffic. Dallas is the worst. Everything's under construction.
Yeah.
You're building bridges for no reason.
You got to picture this too. You really are in the downtowny kind of expressway on all the elevated curving roads all over the place. And it's not anywhere like the suburbs. So you're driving in downtown expressway, even though you're on the outskirts.
6 lanes dropping down to 2.
Yeah, instantly. With a bunch of idiots.
Oh, these people drive like freaking nuts.
I know, they're like switching lanes with no signals. I don't know what it's like where you people live, but where I live, you use a turn signal when you switch lanes.
They just
what happened?
over.
Somebody ran through a light the other day. We saw him almost T-bone.
Yep, and that was in the middle of nowhere.
Right, there was nothing going on. It wasn't a light. Was it a light or a stop sign? It was just dumb.
Yeah. Nobody around, and boom, I'm going to run through this.
Every single morning and every single evening, we have to jerk into another lane because someone's trying to hit us. Every single day.
It wakes
twice
you
a day.
If you're not awake when you get on the expressway in Dallas, you're fucking awake by the time you get to your destination.
I have a theory. I think they're all blindfolded. And and they're playing their own private game. Let's see if we can all get to where we're going blindfolded, because that's what they're driving like.
And how many expressways do you have to get on to get to your destination? It's like merge here, merge there.
Yeah, we had to, what did we have to, we were going to 7-Eleven yesterday, and we had to go on 6 different freeways somehow. But they're all within a 3-mile radius.
It's just ridiculous.
Everybody visualize that. Because that's...
Well, downtown Atlanta has got the 7 lanes going down or 6 lanes.
Well, we never drive there, so that's great.
But that's, here, it's freaking nightmare.
I hate car cities.
Yeah, when I'm doing the show, there's certain days where you can't go out to lunch. You pull out of the parking lot, and I was trying to trick it last year.
Yeah.
I would go to my car, because it seemed like every time I left the show floor to go to lunch or take a break, I would get a freaking phone call from somebody. Hey,
right.
I need this, I need that. Hey, this went down, that went down.
Yeah, no time for eating.
I got to the point where I would go and I'd sit in my car and have like 3 cigarettes and be like, okay.
Right.
No one's going to call.
I'm safe.
The second I pull out of the gate, I get a phone call.
Yeah, come back.
And then it's 45 minutes to get back in the gate because it's the
you got to drive around the
surrounded in one-way streets. There's only certain ways you can go. You're in the ghetto. You know what the closest intersection to the fairgrounds is?
What?
Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Boulevard.
That doesn't mean anything. What kind of a person are you? It could be the most beautiful part of town.
The Walgreens isn't even open in the morning.
They're afraid to open the doors.
They're afraid to open the doors.
That's crazy.
Houses are cheap, though. I'm thinking about just buying a house next year and just staying there.
Yeah, you probably could.
But then
$5,000 for a brick ranch.
But then I couldn't enjoy all the acorns here at the pool.
At the luxury pool. Speaking of smoking in cars, you have a rental car. You just told everybody that you're breaking the rules.
Yeah. Well, I do that. See? I've got a little system.
That's what I wondered about.
I'm here for 4
because
days.
I have a system, too, so let's hear yours.
Okay, so my system is I'll smoke in the car like a madman. I buy spray.
Yeah, Febreze.
I just pretend it's my car. And then towards the end of the show, I will take it to one of those car washes that does everything, and I'll pay the $25 to get it cleaned.
I didn't know you were going to go there because that's my system too.
So I do that, and then I make sure I don't smoke on the way back to the airport, and I spray a lot of that spray. One of the times when I was out of town, I got in the car, and I said, "You know what?" As I'm checking out at the little booth,
where you get to pull up to.
They don't get out of the booth and smell your car or anything.
I
said, "You know what? This car smells like a bonfire, like it was at a campground or something. I just want to let you know so I don't get charged for smoking or the smoke smell in this car. We'll make a note of it, Mr. Christensen."
That's a great policy. That's the best tip because I do the same thing you did. Whenever I was smoke, because I smoke half the year and not the other half because I'm stupid. But
you tried that e-cigarette thing.
I still use it in the half of the year that I don't smoke cigarettes. But we did the same thing. I found out that you pay the $40 at the end of a week. It's less than the $250 cleaning fee or more. I don't even know. It could be $500 for all I know.
Yep.
But you take it to the detailer and they get it all super nice for you. They get all the smells out. And you're golden. But yeah, that's that trick, the whole hey, this car smells like someone's smoking in it.
Yeah.
Then they notate it, you bring it back, smells like smoke, and you tell them, hey, they notated that.
Exactly. I hate the ones where you get a ding or something. You know, inevitably something, if you've got a rental car for 40 days, something might happen. Like you may get a chip or something in your windshield.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen. So you almost want to notate and circle every single type of thing on the vehicle.
That's what they want you to do. They have a little form for that.
You wonder how many times they have a dented car that they charge people for over and over again.
Oh, that's true. It's just part of the scam.
It's a little scam.
Right.
And whatever you do, if you were to buy a used car, because a lot of these rental car places have sales and they sell them.
Yeah.
Never, ever, 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 ever buy a car from a rental place.
Why?
Because people like me are out there that just beat the shit out of these rental cars.
Yeah, they're garbage. Absolute
The one
garbage.
I had in Pebble Beach, oh my God. I was up and down the mountains, and there was like a windy road.
Yeah.
And 50 around 35 mile an hour zones.
Oh, you were doing this?
Yeah. Oh, it woke me up.
I had one that I picked up from somewhere to go to San Jose or some crap like that. I don't even remember what city it was, but I got all the way the half hour, 45-minute drive from the airport to the place I had to be, and the tire was going flat. So then I just turn around, drive right back, and get a new car because I am not going to wait 2 hours or anything.
I've done that before, too. I've had one in, actually, I think it was Cleveland.
They should bring you a car.
Where I had a flat tire, and I drove it back on the flat and said, give me a new car, and they gave me a Volkswagen. Like, I work for GM. I need a GM vehicle. We don't have any, sir. Sorry. So
that's when you scored the Cadillac.
Yeah. I ended up getting a Cadillac XTS.
Right.
Brand new. Luxury vehicle, and I'm paying the mid-size price.
All the bells and the whistles. All this stuff. You know what it had in there, too? Had a little transponder where you could talk to the Illuminati in that car.
That's true.
I forgot the damn accent, too.
It had a ball
Had a little
blower.
transponder. You could talk to the Illuminati in that car.
It actually had heated and cooled seats.
It did.
Which cools off your... That would be great.
It had an ice cream maker in there, too, didn't it?
Yeah.
And a 45 RPM record player.
Just one more thing to go bad.
You know what's bad? Our time is up.
Already?
It is. Yep.
We busted this out pretty good.
This has been the Texas State Fair edition of the You Name It show.
Yes, sir.
Well, you're on the ball right now, aren't you? You're falling asleep.
I am. It's the sun. Guys, thanks for having me on.
Everybody, thank you for listening, and if you would, share it with people who might like to hear this.
Share it with people.
Why am I even saying that? No one wants to hear this shit.
Share it with people you don't care about.
Yeah, you know what? If you hate somebody, share the show with them. These punishment for them.
Yeah.
40 episodes of this is 41. 41 episodes of punishment.
It's true.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Have a good one.